During the study tour in Seoul, we had the chance to learn about the innovation landscape in South Korea and how the particular culture of this country shapes the way companies work. Korean firms excel particularly at adapting to regional characteristics and needs. This is one of the key learnings international enterprises can derive from the Korean companies. Professor Jang will now provide you with some examples.
Region-specific, customer-specific R&D could be something that Western companies can benchmark.
However, the downside is that innovation is not a phenomenon spread across the entire Korean economy. It is concentrated on a few industries and on large companies in particular. Korean companies have a specific way to manage innovation. Korean firms advance quickly into unfamiliar technological areas, indicating a relatively risk-taking innovation strategy. This results from a hierarchical Korean management style, where managers make decisions without gaining a broad agreement. Although this enables fast decision-making, the burden is left to a single individual. Our expert, Mr. Underwood, will outline the acceptability of failure.
Failure is unacceptable. Generally, it's covered up, and failure is painted as a success, which really is, in my opinion, a double loss, because you have the failure and then you also fail to learn from your failure. So it's a double loss.
To be able to innovate and reduce the time to launch new products, Korean firms have a parallel and overlapping development process that allows them to perform several tasks at a time. Design is a key point, as Korean companies excel in industrial design since the beginning of the process making. In line with the global trends of the past years, software and e-commerce are the main fields of innovation in South Korea. The high R&D spending have helped big companies such as Samsung and Hyundai to become leaders in South Korea and big international players. However, these firms control the resources and influence regulations, thus making it very difficult for startups to flourish and come up with disruptive innovations. Professor Chang now explains some of the problems in the venture capital market.
Companies that get money are companies that are very big or very small. In the case of very small, you have angel investors, but companies in the middle, I forget what the number is, but when you talk to venture capitalists, their minimum investment level is pretty high.
It is only now that a shift towards smaller companies is created, and the challenge for the future remains to distribute innovation among all companies. Professor Chang will state the future hopes as well as one famous example from this shift.
More recently, with incubators and accelerators and startups emerging in Korea, the hope is that smaller companies too will contribute to the R&D development in Korea. And we have a good example in NHN, which is one of the largest gaming companies in Korea. They're also the owner of Naver, which is the largest search engine. And so they spend a lot of money on R&D, and they've done much better than Google.
When talking about innovation characteristics, we need to be in mind the cultural context of South Korea. Our expert, Mr. Underwood, will now elaborate the most distinctive cultural characteristics as well as the importance of internal R&D.
Collectivism, long-term orientation, Confucianism, that's the underpinning of Korean culture, absolutely. So Koreans work well with each other, but they're a bit challenged when it comes to working with people from different cultures. There's a number of factors that encourage internal R&D. One is confidentiality. For cultural reasons, it's very difficult to protect that. Whether it's genuine or not, there's a perception that technology would be hard to protect. So there's a strong preference for internal R&D. There's a willingness to purchase technology, much more than cooperative R&D.
Oppan Gangnam Style.